Friday night is pizza night, and I'm making a 2-ingredient dough pizza. The dough is made with a cup of self-rising flour, a cup of non-fat Greek yogurt. I add a little salt, a little garlic in there, and I knead it and roll it out. And I love this large silicone mat that my husband got me on Amazon. I've since put it in my Amazon storefront because everybody asks me about it. It's great. It saves my counter. Things don't stick to it. And I also have a silicone mat in my cookie sheet. Now that is why my pizza dough is rolled into an oblong shape, because I like to use a cookie sheet to bake my dough. So this crust is going into a 400-degree oven, and how I transfer it is I will put it on this rolling pin, roll it up, transfer it to my cookie sheet, and pre-bake it before I add my toppings. I want to show you how large this dough is. I rolled it out to fit the whole cookie sheet. So this is about 10 inches by 15. And I will be eating half of this crust for 6 smart points plus the points for the topping. So that's why I like to roll it out nice and thin so I get a lot of pizza. So I'm gonna put it in a 400-degree oven for about 10 minutes, and I'll check it after that. My crust is out of the oven, and I added an additional 3 minutes cooking time to get it a little bit crispier. Look how thin this is. It's gonna crisp up even more once I add the toppings to melt the cheese. So my husband is gonna get reduced fat Sargento mozzarella. I'm gonna use the fat-free Kraft mozzarella because a half a cup or 4 ounces is 1 smart point. I'm measuring out my prosciutto, and this will be 2 smart points for 3/4 of an ounce. I'm gonna pile on prosciutto for my husband, and I'm going to use this balsamic and fig dressing from Trader Joe's. I measured out 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna go ahead and brush it on my crust before I put the toppings on. Okay, now on my half, I'm gonna go ahead and spread the fat-free mozzarella, and then I'll do the other half with the reduced fat for my husband. Okay, now I'm going to add the prosciutto on top. There's my husband's half, and there's mine. I can tell the difference because of the cheeses, and then once I pile on a lot of prosciutto for him. And so then I'm just putting the prosciutto on, and then I will pop it back in the oven. Okay, the pizza is ready to go back in the oven, and just until that cheese melts, and you can definitely tell the difference between my side and my husband's side. So I will just pop that back in and wait for the cheese to melt. Oh yeah, look at this. Is that beautiful? Look at that crust. So thin and crispy. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna cut this in half and put arugula on it and show you what that looks like. So I'm going ahead and adding the arugula to the pizza. Arugula has a nice peppery flavor, and look at the crust is thin and crisp, and we have creamy mozzarella on there and salty prosciutto. This is going to be a fantastic pizza. Look at this. Yummy. I'm gonna finish off my husband's side with some gourmet balsamic for him. I'm not gonna spend the extra points for that. My pizza is ready to be plated, and I added that Trader Joe's balsamic fig dressing underneath on top of the crust, and so that added an additional point. So actually half of this pizza for me is 10 smart points, which is still low for half of a pizza on the My WW Green plan. Let me remind you, the crust is 6 smart points for half of the pizza crust. Then there's 2 points for the 3/4 ounce of prosciutto, a point for the half a cup of the fat-free mozzarella, a point for the Trader Joe's balsamic fig dressing. And then my husband's, you can tell the difference between my side and his side. He has more meat and more cheese, and also a balsamic vinegar glaze on top, and that is 2 smart points, and I didn't want to have it for me, so I'm going to make his fancy, mine plain, but I can't wait to dive into it. The crust is crispy, creaminess from mozzarella, the pepperness of the arugula, the saltiness of the prosciutto. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, I just tasted this. Unbelievably good. Look at how thin that crust is. You guys make this so good. Happy Friday. Stay well. Ciao.